This series is going to change some people's lives. You might think you don't have enough time to chase your dreams, but you actually do. If you don't have health, what do you have? If you're sick, what can you do? Nothing. I sleep when I die is like, but then you're just going to die. And all the things that you stayed awake for are going to be given to someone else. So
we knew life would be alright, but who could have known it'd be this good? Oh Lord.
welcome back to my channel. A lot of you guys have been asking me like, how do I start my own business? How do I start YouTube? And how do I do all these things with no budget, even when I'm broke, right? When I made videos on the extracurriculars that helped me get into Stanford and like all the things that I did as like a high school student or whatever, a lot of people were like, well, that's too hard to do. Like, I can never do that. It's impossible, right? And I loved. I love when you guys reach out to me. I love when you guys ask really good questions. So I came up with this series that I'm calling Get It Out the Mud.
Bitch, I got it out the muscle. I'm talking about
where I'm going to explain to you guys from start to finish how to use what you have. You don't have to have much, but to use what you have to chase the dream that you're hoping for. So let's get into it. This is part 1. I'm so freaking excited. This part 1 is going to be called the requirements. What are the requirements that you need to get it out the mud? Focus on me. Number 1 is time. What is taking your time? And I mean this with all seriousness. What do you spend your time doing? I promise you guys, when you start treating your time like money, things in your life will begin to change. Because everyone knows that time is something that you can never get back, but the way we spend our time doesn't really reflect that. And I'm not saying to be one of those people who are like, I have to lock in 24/7. I have to never play, never visit my family. Don't be like that. That's not going to get you anywhere. But genuinely asking yourself, what do you spend your time on can really, really change a lot of things in your life. I remember one time my brother was playing the game. I walked past him to do something. An hour later, I walked past again. He's still playing the game. An hour later, I walked past him again. He's still playing the game. And in my head, I was like, I wonder if he wants to be a gamer. And I asked him, I was like, would you ever consider being a gamer? And he was like, girl, what? He was like, no. And I just thought that was so interesting, because if you think about how much time we spend doing things that won't actually advance us or bring us closer to what we actually want to do, it's insane. Like, there's so much time wasted. If he wanted to be a gamer, his spending like 3-4 hours on the game a day would be smart. He's being better at the game. He's getting better. But he doesn't even want to be a gamer. And it's just like crazy to me, because it's the same way that a lot of people don't even want to be a TikToker. But if you check that screen time, it's not looking too hot. Like, if you're spending 4 or 5 hours on TikTok and you don't want to be a TikToker, you have to reevaluate. If you're spending 4 or 3 hours on Instagram and you don't even want to be an Instagram like influencer or something, you have to reevaluate. If you're spending 2-3 years dating someone that you don't even want to ever marry, and you know for a fact you don't want to commit to this person, you need to reevaluate. Time is so precious. It's our most precious resource. So we have to ask ourselves, what are we spending our time on, so that we can stop wasting time and use it for what we actually want to do. So with each of these requirements, I'm going to put like the game plan on how we can check off this requirement box, because this is what you need to get out the mud. You need time. So number 1 is to ask yourself, what am I spending time on? And find the pockets of time that you waste on things that you don't want to do. Once again, because I do college application stuff, it's just like someone taking a bunch of pre-med classes when they literally want to do computer science. It's just like someone taking a bunch of pre-law classes when they literally want to be a doctor. It just doesn't make sense. Find it, because there's something that everyone wastes time on. I would watch TV shows a lot, and so I switched my TV shows to telenovelas. And the reason why that has helped me so much is because I wanted to be fluent in Spanish for the longest time, but I never really did anything about it other than like go to school and stuff like that. And now I don't even watch them with English subtitles anymore, because I'm completely fluent in Spanish. Something that I spent so much time doing, all I did was align it with my goals, and it helped me so much. Figure out what it is that sucks up all your time. Make efforts to stop that. You don't have to fill it with something, but but make efforts to stop that. We're going to talk about what you should fill it in with later, but once you find that, just stop it. And you're going to be bored, which is what we'll talk about later, because being bored is very, very important. Because you might think you don't have enough time to chase your dreams, but you actually do. You're just wasting them on things that aren't helping you. And that is how you tackle the first requirement that you need to get it out the mud, okay? Number 2 is health. Health is the second requirement that you need to get it out the mud, you guys. I don't know how we skip over this so much, but how can you expect your body to help you chase your dreams if you don't take care of it? If you don't have health, what do you have? If you're sick, what can you do? Nothing. And there's so many different areas of health. There's mental, physical, emotional, social, digital. But physically, it's simple. If you eat like crap, you're gonna perform like crap. If you never exercise, you never move your body's gonna tap out on you way earlier than it needs to. We skip over this a lot. Obviously, the whole like, I sleep when I die is like a super big thing in American culture, but then you're just gonna die, and you're gonna die way earlier, and all the things that you stayed awake for are gonna be given to someone else. So like, a beautiful way that I started seeing it is that it's really not fair to ask your body to grind with you and to like be your ride or die when you treat it so badly. If you're hurting your body every day, how dare you turn around and ask that same body, let's wake up on time, let's grind, let's work hard, let's do all this stuff. Your body's not gonna be ready to do that. And this looks different for everyone, because some people work out so much and eat like crap and that works for them, or they eat really well and they don't work out and that works for them. But paying attention to your health is key to actually achieving something. Because if you're watching this video because you want to chase your dreams and make a really big impact, it's going to take a lot of energy to do so. And even though your mind might have all these ideas, your body is going to be the one that's going to have to do them actually. And so you need to take care of them. You need to take care of it. And you might not realize it. You might think like, I'm performing fine. I literally stayed up until 4 a.m., woke up at 6 a.m. and I'm fine. And I still got a 100 on my test. It's like, cool, but do that for a week and see what happens. And also, you're young now. The thing with health is that it's an overlap. It's an overlap. When you go to the gym and you work out, you don't see results until 2-3 weeks later. All of it is overlap. So yes, you might be fine now where you're sleeping horribly, you're eating horribly, but in the future, that's gonna catch up to you, and you won't notice how poorly you're performing until you start changing things. When you change your diet and you like change your lifestyle, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like I'm not tired and I've been awake for like 16 hours. I feel so much energized, like I'm sleeping better, I'm working, my brain's sharper, like I didn't even know I could do this. Like it's gonna be kind of like that. And so it's an important question to ask yourself, am I taking care of my health? Do I understand that health is wealth? And if I do understand that health is wealth, how much wealth am I generating right now for my future? So the game plan with this one is see what you're currently doing to your body and see how much of it is good, how much of it is bad, and then see what little things you can switch. Experiment with the world of healthy living and see how you can fit in there little by little. See how you can start taking your health seriously in a way that's not so overwhelming, but shows that you at least are telling your body, I care about you and I want to start taking care of you. Because once you start telling your body that you want to start taking care of it, your body will take care of you. Trust me, your body will take care of you. And when you're working hard, your body will be there with you every step of the way. Last, but literally not least, literally first, is God. And I put that as a requirement because when I say that all that I have is from God, people don't really know what I mean by that, but I mean what's in that Bible, bro, has changed my life. There's no way for me to not say this junk. it has changed my life. And whether you want to believe in God or not, get you some morals, get you some values that are good. And the easiest way for me to tell you to get those is to read the Bible, because they have really good morals and values in it. Because when your spirit is right, then the way you think is right. And so the reason why I put this as a requirement is just because, like, when I started reading the Bible and I started like understanding like all the positive things that I could do for myself, how God sees me, how God loves me, nothing mattered the same anymore. Like, I started focusing on more important things. Like, the Bible is just a collection of stories. And so you read those stories and you learn about life and just like all the struggles that people went through. It has made me the smartest I've ever been in my life. It is the thing that has taught me the most ever in my life. Asking yourself, what morals do you have? What values do you have? What do you live your life by? Because I don't think people can get it out the mud simply because I want to be rich. Usually when people are successful and it stays for a long time, they have a deeper motivation. It's not just about wanting to be rich. It's not just about wanting to be famous. It's not. What are your values? What are your morals? Who are you? And I think that that's a question that the Bible helps you figure out, because you just learn so much about yourself and you learn so much about the world. You learn so much about life and the people who have lived before you. And that's why I 100,000% out of 10 recommend reading the Bible. And I will include a Google form under this video where if you can't afford a Bible, I will buy you one. There is a Bible that's super cheap and it's my favorite ever. And if you fill it out, I will try my hardest to ship it over to you very soon and ship it out to as many people as I can. Obviously, if like 400 people fill it out, I'm going to be like, well, don't have that type of bank. I'll also link my Bible under. It's a youth Bible. And so it has real life stories where it talks about dating. It talks about high school. It talks about friendship. And it tries to connect them back to the passage. So that's like another reason why I love my Bible. And so the game plan with this, once again, first, ask yourself, do you know what your morals and values are? And do you know why you want to get it out the mud? Because a big thing is that when people don't have morals, they don't have values, they just want to be rich, they just want to be famous. And it's not about that. You have to know what's important in life for it to be sustainable. Because that's why you have people getting $1,000 checks and spending 800 of it on shoes and clothes. That's what's important to them. And that's why they'll never get it out the mud, because they'll keep wasting all the money that they got. But when you know what's important in life, then everything that comes into you will multiply into only important and beautiful aspects of life. And that will help you not waste everything that you're being given. So time is what you need to think about and plan the work you want to do. Health is what you need to do the work. And God and morals is what you need to keep what you have worked for. If you don't have morals and values, you will lose everything you worked for and it will be worth nothing. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, you guys. Let me know what you think about this video. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to move once you have all those requirements. Once you've eliminated all the stuff that are wasting your time, once you've put in good things into your body so your body's ready to work, and once you've settled your mind into good morals and values, now you're ready to get it out the mud. So stay tuned for part 2. Bye.